We have Dr. Suhail Chughtai, who is a fellow of Royal College of Surgeons UK, orthopedic surgeon and medical legal examiner, clinical director at Medical Legal Professionals, Microsoft Certified Office User Specialist, lead medical software designer, virtual healthcare professionals, founder director of Medical City Online, project director at TV Apex, head London chapter Association of Pakistani Physicians and Surgeons UK, president of World Congress Overseas Pakistanis UK, and vice president Pink Trust UK. Welcome.
Thanks very much, Suhail Chughtai. As you heard his short CV. Dr. Saab, you're doing all of the stuff and you're a married man. And how do you balance these two things? Actually, like doing all this, say getting into, for a doctor in fact, getting into 5, 6, 7 different streams and still pulling it off, and then being a pioneer in so many different fields. So those students who are becoming doctors over here, those who will be joining the NHS of the future, how do you actually relate your personal story with them?
Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for being here today. It's a wonderful opportunity to share. In fact, I'm going to save you some time and money, because where I went wrong, I don't want you to go wrong. So I'm going to share you my mistakes, but what worked, that'll save you time. Because what worked for me can work for you. Struggle is common. The specialty can be different, but the struggle is common. So let me share you some points of my career, which actually made difference to me. I thought that was the best way I can share some useful things today. I was in the third year medical college when somebody approached my father. He said that we want to take your son as an opening batsman for a Lahore cricket team. There was a Patrons Trophy going on that time. It was parallel to Kailasam Trophy. And he saw me play in Minto Park, Lahore, and I had also captained my college cricket team and 2 other things. So he said, well, your son can help us, we're short of opener, he should come and help us. I loved cricket, and I remember sitting in my father's clinic. He was a doctor, sitting next to those coaches, very eminent names then, and refusing to them. Why I said this today? Because decision making matters. A decision making, make your decisions very carefully, very thoughtfully, and don't let them just be emotional run. I kept my passion, my love, my sport, my ambitions in sport or career, they're two separate. My career is my career, which I love. I can serve better. My cricket was my passion in different way. So that's what you have to do. You have to keep things very separate. Compartmentalize yourself. And that's what I said. How do you do it? You have to compartmentalize yourself. And as the journey went on, there was a time when I did my MBBS. It was the last day of my exam. I was coming back and feeling very happy. This is over. 6 weeks of exam and 3 months of preparation is gone. Very sad as well, because we were no more students. We were out in the open. And then I went back home after some partying, and next day when I woke up, there was a big cricket, and a very nice cricket kit and a cricket bag next to my bed. And my father said, well, look, 2 months of cricket now, until April you've got nothing going on. Go and play cricket. I said, I'm sorry, I'm going back to wards. 2 days after I'm starting my observership. And in my class, I was the only second student who could go back to wards after all the struggle and start working again. You know why I did that? I wanted to prepare myself better. So the second thing I want to say to you today is prepare yourself. Make sure that in the spare time, how you use your spare time will make you a leader. We've got time, we've got schedules. I've got 6 hours of working today, 6 hours of studying. But you have spare time, which everybody has. How do you use that spare time will make a difference. In fact, it did. When I went back to my house job, I was senior to my class fellows. They were learning lumbar puncture and small techniques from me. And then it worked because I was the first one in my class to do the PLAB test, to the FRCS, to become a consultant, locum consultant at the age of 32 in UK. So this worked because I was prepared. So preparedness, how do you make your decisions? How do you use your spare time? That is going to make a lot of difference. And then decision making. I think sometimes you have to give up some things in life, move on. This was a time when I was working in Pakistan. I was an assistant professor in Fatima Jinnah Medical College. And I was working, I was feeling that computers, I'm kind of learning computers very fast. And people used to start calling me a human PC. HPC, my nickname was HPC then. So you could quickly unfold a computer software. How do you do that? I had developed some ability that time which things can open for me. And I thought I need time. Now what I gave up to get time was my assistant professor position. I took my family to Saudi Arabia. I did a consultant position there. I had a fixed salary. Now in the fixed salary, I could work 9 to 5 and prepare myself for computers. So I did my Microsoft certification. I started working on teaching computers and learning more. And then where did I end up? I ended up developing a telemedicine software company. So that is the transformation. And that was the cost was the cost was leaving my post in the hospital. Nobody gives up assistant professor position. I gave up because I could see where I'm going to. That doesn't mean that you give up everything. I've kept my profession. I'm working as a consultant here. I'm working as a medical legal examiner. I'm developing softwares. There's a portfolio of about 25 softwares I've developed so far. And I'm enjoying it. And the key to that is compartmentalization. You have to compartmentalize yourself. When you do this only.
Yes, we got the message. So stay focused.
Hi, my name is Hassan and I'm from Birkbeck. So I just want to ask you, you just said you need to be self-aware and you just focus on one thing and be self-aware as well. How can you do that at one time both?
Yes.
It's actually very difficult, but it's easy as well because it involves a sense of detachment more than sense of attachment. Because if you're focused on multiple things and you're doing one thing at a time, you have to really detach yourself. You're doing the thing because you love it, but other things you also love. So you have to detach yourself from other things at the time you're doing that thing. So, Power of Concentration, there's a very good book on that, Power of Now. If you go and read that book as well. But I personally felt that the brain can be reprogrammed. We have the tendency to master our brain. It's like if you focus hard, you suddenly feel that you go in a state of aura. You start feeling only what you're doing, so much so that you start discovering much more than you could discover because you learn the art of detachment. When you operate, like when I used to operate, I used to have music on because it used to give me a sense of detachment from the little trivial noise going around. So I believe in the theory of detachment for anything you love to do. Power of Concentration, it can be mastered.
Well, thanks.